place mark on. Okay, got it. Okay, the second difference. What are we saying in this parak? Parak Hamishi. It said there are 7. Again, from the beginning of Parak Hamishi. The difference between a person who has bitachon in Hashem and one who doesn't, when it relates to his involvement in Parnasa. He'll be different in 7 things. Echad mehem, which we learned, is ki habayteach v'lekim right to b'dinim b'chol yanav. Someone has bitachon, right to b'dina, readily accepts Hashem's judgments in all circumstances. And he thanks Hashem, both for the good and the bad. As he have said, Hashem nosan, Hashem lokach. Right? And Hashem gave me, and he thanks him for that. And Hashem lokach, and Hashem took it back. Yishem Hashem mevayrach. So he's blessing. He's been mevarach Hashem for the lokach and for the nosan. And on this pasuk in Tehillim of Chesed and Mishpat Ashira, Omer of Saints Chaim Levracha, Im Chesed Ashira, V'im Mishpat Ashira. If you do Chesed, I'll sing V'im Mishpat. Mishpat is din. V'Amru Chayvadum Varach Halarok, Shem Shavarach Halateva. That's someone who's Baitech Belikim. He accepts Hashem's judgment, and to the extent he says there is Moida Halateva Valara. But someone who's not Baitech in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Mishalal Halateva. He's mispala, he praises on the good, but miskatzef alara. He gets upset, he gets angry when it's bad. He'll be hungry, v'hiskatzef, he'll become angry. V'kilo b'malka, curses king, uv'leikov. Upona lamala, directs his face upwards. All right, so that's now. Rav Miller translates Mahal al Teva. This person boasts when good things are happening to him. The simple translation is he praises Hashem when it's good, but he gets angry when it's not good. Okay, Vasheni. I looked at this a little. It was a little hard for me. I looked by Rav Miller. I looked at Stam to differentiate exactly between the first idea and the second idea. But Vasheni, the first idea was that he thanks Hashem, he accepts what Hashem does. The second thing is that he's b'menuchis, his serenity, tranquility. Liba Sholev Mitzad Xeris, his heart is serene in spite of the harsh decrees, and other troubles that befall the Daitoi, because he knows because he knows that Kadosh Baruch Hu is going to lead him, guide him for what's good for him in this world and the next world. So even when there's Xeris, things that seem to be bad, he's b'menucha, and his heart is sholev, because he knows Hashem is only chesed, is only good. Oh, my soul, wait quietly only for Hashem. He's talking to himself, so to speak. Because my hope is from him. But someone who's not B'teich in Hashem, but it's interesting, on top and the bottom, I guess these things they fixed in the new editions. On the top, there's a comma after hu b'toiva, and the bottom, hu b'toiva b'tzar todir. Even when things are going well, he's beset with constant distress. Uda'oga aruka, protracted worry, ve'evel ve'etzav, mourning and sadness, l'hoisiv l'habris v'lichnes. He's always wants more. In other words, he's not sameach b'chelkoi. So even when he has what he needs, since he's not b'tech b'likim, then he wants more. If he b'tech b'likim, I guess that's the key to Ezu Osha Samech B'Chelkai. Someone who's b'tech b'likim, he knows Hashem's giving him what's exactly the best thing for him. So he's Samech B'Chelkai. I got it. I won the lottery. This is my lottery. This is my personal lottery. Everything is good. I might not see it as good at this point. I don't know how to say, but I in my bitachon, it's good. But the one that's not b'tech b'likim, so even when he has what he needs, he's not satisfied. And therefore, he's be'etzev, he's worried, l'hoisiv l'harbis v'lichnes, to get more. Uberah, and that's even when things are good, right? But toiva, he's b'tzar todir. And bara, when things go badly, he doesn't have, neshu kotzpa. Because of his disgust with the situation. Again, the one who has bitachon is not kotzpa. He knows that this is the good for him, and he accepts it with open hands, and he's tranquil. But the one who doesn't have bitachon, so this situation is not acceptable for him. Who can negate tavosa v'tivo imidaisa, and it's in conflict with his desires, his nature, his tiva, midos of his character. The Chacham Shlomo Melech says, "Kol yimei oni roim b'toiv leiv mishta tamid." All the days of the man who is poor in mind are bad days. Kol yimei oni roim, but a man who has a cheerful heart, toiv leiv, is mishta tamid. He's always at a feast. There's Ramila. This last part. So before that, so we have here a second difference in the Beitech and the not the Beitech. Beitech is serene. He's tranquil with whatever he has, whether it has what he needs or perhaps he doesn't have what he needs. With understanding Beitech and Hashem, that everything Hashem does is for the good. While the Ein Beitech Hashem, when it's good, he's not happy, and when it's not good, he's worse. So Ramila says this last part is a very important statement for everybody's study. A person we're talking is called a toiv leiv, a good heart. In this context, that means someone has an understanding of the world. The word lev, heart, actually refers to the mind. He says this a few places. You see all over in Chazal, they refer to the heart as thinking. So a Tov Lev is a man with a good mind. Tov Lev. Okay. Mishlei is saying that a man with this kind of understanding is a happy man. Everyone should learn to appreciate that attitude, for it's the secret to happiness. It's important to notice that the man with bitachon does not live any differently from the man without bitachon. Again, they're both working at their jobs. Both people are sitting at their desks, and both are making a living and trying to make a living. So superficially, you see no difference between them. The difference is in their minds. Of course, if you know them well, you know that one of the two is always cheerful and the other is not. He replaces a smiling face with a scowling face. The reason for that is the fundamental difference in attitude between the two men. There's a story where I think with the Baal Shem Tov or something. Faggy, could you ask him to make it a Faggy? Faggy. Excuse me, ask him to make it a little lower. That he met the old water carrier, and the guy was grumbling and how he's so old and his bones hurt. He doesn't know how much longer he's made to do this. Something like that story goes. The next day he met him and he was full of good cheer and Baruch Hashem, I'm able to continue and I have a parnasa and I have what I need. It's all attitude. In this case, it's all the attitudes based on your bitachon. Right? It's all, if you have bitachon and you believe that everything is good for you, so you're at peace, that's good. And if not, so you're not relying on Hashem, then even when it's good, you want more. Why not? If I believe it's from Hashem, so why not? Because Hashem knows it's not for me. Otherwise, I would get it. Right? But if I'm not trusting in Hashem, so why shouldn't I have more? Why shouldn't I have more? And when it's bad, so certainly you're not happy with it. Okay, so it's a good thing to work on, says Rav. It's a good thing. It gives you peace of mind.
It's very difficult, though.
Oh, who said life's easy?
Yeah, no.
You know, the Messiah Shah, I saw that I was learning a sefer, reading a sefer from this Rav Leuchter Tefillah. He quotes the Messiah Shah who talks about when you daven, the famous Messiah Shah, when you daven, you have to picture as if you're talking to Hashem. And on one hand, he says something so hard to do because you have no senses, no manner of, picturing Hashem in any way. You. On the other hand, he says, if you give it a little thought, it's really very easy. Like he says, I think it applies here also. On one hand, like I say, it's so hard, but I don't know. Again, depending on the challenge. Right? It's easy to have bitachon when it's a small challenge. It's hard to have bitachon when it's a big challenge. I guess if you work on it when they're small challenges, it gets easier. You build up your muscles a little, I guess. But there is a side of just let go. Just let go. And I don't know. It's like you let HaKadosh Baruch Hu in, so it becomes easier. I don't know if anyone has good ideas, how to obviously learning the sefer and talking, and we've been talking about this for months. I think it impacts. I think it has some impact on me for sure. I hope on other people, otherwise you wouldn't come back, I guess. But you talk it, and then something happens, and you try to remember what you learned, and what's in the head eventually it comes down to the heart. Okay.
It's always bridging that distance between the brain and the heart.
Right.
You can think it intellectually, you can say the words, but
then you see when
you lose sleep at night, it's
right.
Maybe it's not penetrating, it's not making the distance.
Right. I would assume. Rav Yosef, what do you say?
That's what it is. What it is, you keep thinking about it, keep talking about it. Little by little, it hits you. It's a slow process, of course. But the fact that you said it, the fact that we're learning it and we talk about it, it definitely is on your mind more, and that's how we get to it.
I'm going to say something might sound a little cuckoo. It just fell into my mind. I don't know. I think you have to sort of, I don't know. You tell me, talk to your challenge. When you're
I agree with that. It's 100% true.
When you're in a stressed situation and it looked, you sort of have to talk it. No, 1 minute I learned this bitachon, and there was a Kadosh Baruch Hu, and let me try to relax, do some yoga. I don't know, do some
And he loves
relaxing.
me and he takes care of me.
It takes care of me, and take a deep breath, and let the bitachon in. Sort of like, make a Pesach. I don't know, like, we'll try doing that the next time. I don't know. My wife's telling me I'm all tense because I can't pay the bills, I'll tell, it's very hard at the end of the month. You see your bank account's not going to cover the month, there's checks written, they're going to go out, and that's when you got to take that deep breath and say, 1 minute. I've been around there a long time, Baruch Hashem, many, many months, and it's always like that. And I always finish the month. So let's get real with the bitachon. Right? I guess that's also a way of doing it. You zchor yemei Solam. You got a chazer. All those times, it must be a tremendous key. Okay? I don't have the koyach to do that, to write things down, whenever you have a bitachon situation, you're in a stressful situation, it came out good to write it down and then chazer it over. They always print in these little Shabbos things, stories about bitachon. About if it's your own stories, it's even better. I didn't know how I was going to do this, and then wow, this came and that came, and okay, let's see the third difference: reliance on the means. The shlishi, page 395. Kebetech balikim. V'misasek v'sibos. Oh, lo yismach b'libay aleihen. V'lo yikavim hem tayelis. V'lo nezeg mebilti ritzayna kel. The betech balikim, when he's involved in his shtadlus, when he's involved in his livelihood, protecting his health, whatever it is, lo yismach b'liboy aleihem. He shouldn't rely on them. V'lo yimkav hem tayelis. He shouldn't attribute to them and look for, that this is a cause to a means to an end. He shouldn't view it as a means to the end. And not that this is going to be a cause for something harmful, unless it's Utzayin Hashem. Rather, I'm doing it. It's part of my Avodas Hashem, my mitzvah. Baruch Hu commanded us to live this world, develop it, and provide for its needs. This is what he had said earlier, right? We had learned this way back. That a little different than Yesharim, that the shtadlus I do, it's a lechatchila. That's the way Hashem set up the world. He wants us to be busy. And I was looking at this today, just like when you do a different mitzvah, you take a little of an essig and you shake it, right? You did a mitzvah Hashem, you did the mitzvah Hashem. You don't expect, now my bank account is going to be full. I did a mitzvah Hashem, you did a mitzvah Hashem, because Baruch Hu gives me it. There's no connection. The B'tech Hashem trains himself that when he does actual acts of ishtadlus, I'm just doing a mitzvah Hashem. It could be putting on tefillin. It could be doing tzitzis. I'm doing this. What I'll get is Ritzayin Hashem. It has nothing to do with this. Right? Don't expect any benefit, nezek or harm from it. Unless it's the unless it's the will of Hashem. Of course, he does everything that's appropriate to do, but in his mind, he knows success or non-success depends on Hashem. He uses them rather because he chooses to serve Hashem, who has commanded us to be engaged in this world. He says, if a tailor is serving the world by supplying its people with clothing, that's what Hashem wants. If a grocer or a baker is supplying the world with food, if he is a real estate, he's supplying people with apartments and homes. He's doing this because Hashem commanded him to do it. He's doing a mitzvah. Yeah, the Baal B'Torach looks at it as, I'm doing a mitzvah, that's all. Whatever he's doing for his livelihood, he should consider it a service to Hashem, and not because he relies on his work to support him or help him. And I'm not doing it because this is how I make my parnasa. I'm doing it because it's a mitzvah. Hashem is the one who gives the help that he needs, but he's doing these things out of service to Hashem. And if, as a result, of these things, he has a benefit or protects him. Well, thank Hashem alone for that. Right? Because Hashem gave him. And it won't be a reason for him to become more enamored with these activities or feel a special enthusiasm. Oh, a great business deal. Look, I made the money. Get all excited about it. Because it's not true. The Baal B'Tach doesn't see it. The Baal B'Tach said, I did it because it's Savaydus Hashem. Hashem gave me good. I have to thank Hashem. It doesn't cause me to get excited about what I'm doing. And it doesn't gain increased confidence in them. It's a trap a little bit because I'm doing it. It looks like I made money, so I want to do more, and I have to separate that. His trust in Hashem grows stronger because he views that Hashem gave me, Hashem gave me, Hashem gave me. His mind relies on Hashem independent of the means of success. That's and if he did these acts and it didn't help, he didn't make money. Yeda ki avoid yitarpoi shiyirtza Hashem in shiyirtza. Then he'll get his livelihood when Hashem wishes, in whatever way Hashem wishes to give it to him. And he doesn't become disgusted with these means. So this is a waste. No, it's not a waste because I'm serving Hashem with what I'm doing. I'm doing a mitzvah. I'm populating the world. I'm developing the world. I'm doing a mitzvah. The fact that it's not making me a parnasa doesn't make me stop that, because I'm not doing it for my parnasa, so to speak. I'm doing it as avodas Hashem, and Hashem will give me my parnasa when He feels that I should get it, and whichever way He feels that I get it. Well, you must be him, it doesn't come disgusted with the means because of that. And he does not stop engaging in them, for he is doing it in the service of Hashem. He doesn't say, I'll stop taking care of my health or I'll stop working because my efforts didn't bring me what I needed to live on. It's a mitzvah to take care of your health. What's the result? The result is the result. But you can't say, well, I don't see that I got healthy, so therefore I don't have to take care of myself. It's a mitzvah. Same thing is with the parnasa. This assumes the means of earning a livelihood are sensible to work on. But if he's working on producing merchandise that nobody needs, nobody wants to buy, of course he has to change his line. You can't be, bitachon doesn't mean you could jump off a roof. So bitachon doesn't mean that I could go into a business that there's no reason it should make any money. But he won't abandon his line if it appears to be a good line. It just happens that current conditions are unfavorable. On the other hand, he uses the means because he places his bitachon in them. I got a college degree. I know how to do business. I went to business school, and I'm smart, and I know how to play the stock market, whatever. Shehein Meriyos, for his confidence that they will help him, and they keep him from harm. And if they do, if he does have a good result, he praises them, and he praises his efforts. And he praises that he had the wisdom to choose this. He chose the right parnasa. And he won't consider anything else. Such a person applauds himself for making the right choices for his business, his work, his health, his safety. He gives himself credit for being industrious, a good businessman, a skilled worker. And if it doesn't, so a career change, he becomes disgusted with them, and he loses his interest in them. I won't do it anymore because I can't make a living with it. Working is not for me. Yizabeach lechermoi v'yikate lemichmarto. Therefore, he sacrifices to his net and burns incense to his fishing line. For through them his portion is fat and his food is plentiful. So to speak, he serves his parnasa, like avodah zarah. This is referring to a successful fisherman who's so pleased with the apparent effectiveness of his fishing equipment that he kisses and worships it. That man is a slave to the means he's employing and is no longer a servant of Hashem. So, Brian, you can see from this discussion so far that it's not an easy thing. You must do all the things you're expected to do and trust only Hashem to make them work. So even though you go to sleep on time, exercise regularly, eat only the right foods, refrain from overeating, and brush your teeth, and even though you do all the other things that are necessary for your health, you should know that Hashem is the one who's giving you the results and not these things. So bitachon is not an easy thing to acquire, but it's very important to work on it and to free your mind from any sense of obligations to intermediate means you have chosen. Okay. Mitzvah Hashem, today's Thursday, right? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
All right, Mechayach, everybody.
have a great
I'm gonna get
Shabbos.
someone to set up on
Jesse.
Sunday.
Shabbos, everybody. Shabbos.
What's that? You could set up, Yaakov?
On Sunday.